All right, everyone, we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you again for choosing to be here with us this afternoon to learn about Scale to Excel. We here at the Chamber, I think the team at Enterprise as well, we're very excited about being able to bring Scale to Excel to the Greensboro community. We know that nationwide, our businesses have been hit pretty hard this year in particular, and especially minority-owned businesses have been particularly impacted by all the changes that have happened this year. So the timing ended up being perfect for us to bring this program to Greensboro. So I'm really excited to share this program with you this afternoon. I'm really excited for you to meet the team that we've partnered with at Enterprise, for you to hear from them how successful this program has been. They've taken this curriculum across the country. They're in over 75 cities and have over 8,000 alum who have been through this, who've been where you may be going, and who've had great success. So I'm really excited for you to hear about this program and about what it's already done and what we hope for it to do here in Greensboro as well. So thank you all for taking the time to introduce yourselves in the chat and let us know who you are as well. So I want to get started and tell you a little bit about, I'm just going to share my screen here, but I want to tell you a bit about our program overall and why we chose to start this. Give me just 1 second. Computer's just going a little bit slow. Okay. So our program Scale to Excel is a part of our broader program here called Accelerate Greensboro. And Accelerate Greensboro is a minority business accelerator. So we've been around for a few years, and this program is meant to foster the growth of our ethnic minority-owned businesses and to really expand our communities, our minority entrepreneurial community. Obviously, we want to create an impact and spur the economic vitality of our region as well by doing so. So like I said, we've had this accelerator program for about 3 years here at the Chamber of Commerce. And our overall model you see here, we provide opportunities for our portfolio companies, which are minority-owned businesses, to connect with other larger corporations, which we call goal setter companies, and hopefully to do business. So that's our main objective. Through that, we provide technical assistance opportunities, business development, and we also track those metrics to make sure that those companies that we are working with are in fact accelerating their growth through the program. So Scale to Excel is a new component of the Accelerate Greensboro program here at the Chamber of Commerce. This has been in development for months, and we are really excited to be able to, be in front of you and present this program to you today. The Scale to Excel program is what we intend to be a bridge between some of our current programs here at the Chamber and those in the community that are meant to help people who are launching their business, and the Accelerate Greensboro portfolio companies who are already really high growth, high revenue companies. So we want this to be a bridge for those businesses who've been around for a while, who've achieved some growth, and are in a position to really scale and take their business to the next level. So in order to do this, we're partnering with a national organization called Enterprise. And Enterprise, as I said, has taken their streetwise MBA curriculum across the country and helps communities like ours. I will certainly let you're going to meet them in just a moment, and I'll let you meet them and hear from them about the program and the curriculum in detail. But here are just a few highlights I want you to keep in mind as we hear more about the program. First and foremost, it's a 7-month program, and we will begin January 28th of 2021. so just a little over a month from now. The program will include 13 sessions in all. There will be two 13-hour sessions per month. And those will be led by an exceptional instructor who you will hopefully get to meet at the end of this session today. This program has been tremendously impactful, and I know Bernard is going to talk with you about that and get you some details on that in just a moment. But the value of this very impactful program is about $15,000. But we are really, really fortunate to be able to offer this this year at no cost to our participants. That's it's a really big deal. We're really excited about being able to do that, and we're so thankful for our partners in the community like Truist and VF who've made that possible. We are focusing this particular program on our ethnic minority owned businesses, and we want to make sure that we're serving those businesses in particular. And as I mentioned, it just so happens that they've been hit particularly hard this year with COVID. So those are some highlights of the program, but I'd like to shift and allow you to meet three dynamic people from the Enterprise team. We have Holden Pierre, Bernard Johnson, and Lindsay Whitehurst. So I will turn it over to you, Bernard.
Thank you, Nikita, and good afternoon, all. Really excited to be able to share just a little bit more about Enterprise. And everybody has a start, right? So as Nikita discussed, we have now been running programming now going on 17 years. And we originated out of Boston University School of Management. And it was a really unique collaboration between their School of Sociology and their business school. And really what it was about looking at minority-owned firms at that time in Boston and trying to figure out different ways to leverage and maximize opportunity for them. And I always account what we do as a nonprofit to the 5 C's, and that's really around curation. And so we're in the curation process right now as we share and think with all of you today, right? Obviously, you all are representatives of your communities, right? You all are business owners, and you all are obviously entrenched in the community as well. Then we get into the third C, and this is really what Scale to Excel is looking to do with each and every one of you, and that's to build your capacity, right? And we understand that building capacity, it does require that business owner to work on and not just in their business. And then the 2 C's, right, after you build that capacity, are what we really know are true outcomes of this program. One of them are the ability to take advantage of capital opportunities that do present themselves, and we all understand how valuable capital is to you all. And then that 5th C is contracts. So really being able to leverage opportunities to maximize and position yourselves for those procurement opportunities. Our data shows that the firms that do finish our program are more than likely to be able to go after and get and access capital, as well as be able to go and secure contracts as well. And our tagline, as you see right here, is an inclusive economy starts here. Our mission, right? So our mission, I touched upon it a tad bit. We've been doing this almost 20 years, and really it has always been at the inflection point of working with established small business owners that are minority, that are owned and operating in a low to moderate income community. We are not going to deviate from that. And why we're partnering with the Chamber is because we have a shared commitment to really scaling minority small businesses like yourselves. Again, because we've been doing this for some time, we have had and been afforded the opportunity to get some recognition. One of them that I think is most important to your group is that the World Bank recognized us as one of the 25 must-see programs in the entire world. And being that it was only 25, they basically broke it down by sections. And in the category of supporting established entrepreneurs, there were really only 4 that they recognized. And our curriculum, our program, is the only one offered in the United States that was recognized by the World Bank for second stage small business growth That's where all of you are at right now. The numbers, again, because we have had the ability to scale what we do, we have been now the curriculum provider, program evaluator, and really contract holder for the Small Business Administration's Emerging Leaders Program now for 12 consecutive years. We have now worked with almost about 9,000 business owners nationwide. And if you do enroll and sign up in this program, one of the key features is Enterprise Connect. And day one, you all have access to, almost about 9,000 other entrepreneurs all around the country that are doing similar work to you all. And I think what's most important for me to also note here is that our businesses create jobs at about 11 times the rate of the private sector. The reason why we focus on that is because if you're a thriving small business, you're more than likely to also be creating and retaining jobs. See, it's not just about the creation piece. We also look at the ability to retain jobs. Those are key indicators that you have a healthy and thriving business. I will now actually introduce and bring in the program manager, Holden Pierre, who works very closely with our partner in Greensboro to talk about small business capacity building. Holden.
Thank you, Bernard. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to see you all, and I thank you all for taking the time to really just join this info session to learn more about how you could grow your business for next year. And so, as Bernard said, there's 3 different C's that we really focus on. And one of the ones that we focus a lot more on is capacity building. And so this program is designed to support second stage businesses. And the way that we classify second stage businesses are people who's been in business. You passed the startup phase. And you really just trying to build. And one thing that we know about a lot of business owners is that a lot of them start businesses for about 2 reasons, out of necessity or out of a passion. But at a point as you are building your business, you may get stuck, or even during this year, during the pandemic, you might have experienced so much that you are trying to find new ways to pivot. And what we truly believe with this program is the program that's here for you to kind of bridge you from where you are now to where you want to go. And this curriculum is a proven model that's been, that we have seen all over the U.S. that really works. And I know that this year hasn't been the easiest for you all. And so as you guys continue to listen to this presentation, I really want you to think about the goals that you have, or even things that you want to do next year, and really think about how this program could be like the bridge or the car that will take you to that next level. Don't let those dreams that you have die, but really just partner with organization or partner with this program to assist you to get there. And so this is this page right here. It really just talks a little bit about how our capacity building kind of grows through. And so what we really love about this program, and the reason why it's 7 months, is because we want to make sure that the information that you are learning in this program is not just head knowledge, but that it's something that you're going to be able to apply. And so the classes are going to be bi-weekly, so that after each session, you have time to go into your business, try to apply it. And after you try to apply it, some things will work, some things may not work. And then you can come back and be like, talk to your classmate and talk to your CEO groups and say, hey guys, I try to implement this. I experienced this roadblock. And it'll be funny because even another business owner in a different industry may have similar issues, or some of them might have figured out an amazing creative strategy that actually helped them get over that hump. And so this is why we really want to make sure that you have a community. And so this process in this class, you're gonna be learning from everyone in the class. And this is why while we are recruiting, we really have taken the time to really just bring strong business owners like you guys, because people in the class are going to be learning from you, from your experience, from your business. And while you in it, as you are learning and applying different things, you will also help your fellow business owners in the class to learn. And you guys are going to apply it. And then the second, give me 1 second. Okay, and then the next thing, once you really understand the thing, is really just to recognize what you are learning. and all throughout, Lindsay's going to talk, my colleague Lindsay's going to talk a little bit more about this, but all throughout the program, one thing that you'll be doing is working on a strategic growth plan that you're going to be slowly building out throughout the program, so that once you are done, you can have something that will help you navigate through it. And one thing that we know for sure is that a lot of business owners, sometimes they feel alone. They feel alone because sometimes some of the things that you guys go through, you can't share with your you can't share with your spouse because it's too much weight to share with them. You can't share with your coworkers because, I mean, your employees, because they don't understand the weight of being the CEO, the weight of having everyone's finance being on you. And so we really want to make sure that you know that there's going to be a community of people who understand that struggle. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct. Murali, I know you just voiced that right now. And we really want to make sure that you have that community, not just with your peers, but also with Greensboro's team. We've been working with them for the last few months, and we learned that they're an amazing team, but also for you to realize that within the Enterprise community, you have over 8,000 business owners who've gone through the same process all throughout the US, that from the day you start the program, they are your friend, and they are there to support you throughout the process. And so that community piece is definitely going to be there. I'm going to pass it over back to Bernard so that he can kind of break this down a little bit more. And then Lindsay will talk a little bit more about it later.
Thank you, Holden. So what Holden was just saying is absolutely true. Everything experienced in this program is real. One of the key pieces and components of this that I think is most advantageous to business owners is that you're not going to be studying Google or Apple or Microsoft. We love those brands. We give them our money. But what's most important is that your business is for you, by you, and is only going to scale if you are able to apply it in real time. So what we're actually talking about are those behavioral-based changes that do take place over time, right? So being able to understand that, okay, during modular 1, I have identified a goal. I'm going to make sure that goal is seen to a point where either I need to bring in additional counsel and/or I'm going to check that goal off and continue to build. So this is a real co-evolution of strategy, process, people, right? And with that owner being all of you, you all are the centerpiece of that. And every single thing that you are going to learn is going to be applicable in real time or over time. And it's all about your business. It's not a bunch of case study material. It is absolutely real from day one to the end of the program. So I would like to now bring in our senior training and learning manager, Lindsay Whitehurst. And Lindsay is important. She was very much, for the majority of her time, invested in small business owners. She sat in many offices, many coffee shops, many restaurants, actually speaking directly to business owners. So she brings, I think, just a wealth of knowledge. She's also very much informed about the content aspects of this curriculum. So without further ado, Lindsay Whitehurst.
Thank you so much. And it's wonderful to be here with all of you. Just want to say congratulations, because I think today is going to be one that you remember. It's the time that you heard about a program that can change your life. This quote right here is from one of our business owners who graduated in 2017. And by saying this program changed my life, they would not be where they are today without the material of the course and the brilliance of the instructor. And I'm so glad that we can shortly announce who the instructor will be for this program, because they really hold a pivotal role in the success of this program. And we'll talk soon about the growth plan and what that means. But this business owner in particular said the instructor flunked their first growth plan and challenged them to keep working. Now they have a second manufacturing location. So during COVID, during this pandemic, this business owner reported to us this summer that they opened their second manufacturing location. And so what we'll talk about here in just a few moments is, the core of the curriculum and the program, the accountability, the structure, the knowledge that you'll have access to in the peer learning environment. So I'm really excited to be here with you all today and share more about the program itself. So one of our instructors actually in Kansas City came up with a quote, and she said, you can get there by accident, or you can do it intentionally and maximize. And I would bet that every single business owner on this call has a dream or a vision for your business. Holden mentioned it earlier. I hope you did call to mind what your dreams are for your business and the reason why you got started. I would actually love for you, if you're comfortable, to chat some of that into the chat function for the group to see. Share it out with everyone. What are the goals for your business? If you can grow anywhere in the next 3 years, what would it be? Maybe it's to become the foremost commercial construction company in South Carolina that's the go-to contractor for building a new university stadium. Maybe you'd like to have your product on every shelf in every major retailer across the country, or you began with a passion and a talent and you built a business around it, and now you're ready to define that vision and set goals for the future. So this program is designed for established business owners who know their craft and trade and are ready to build and reinforce the foundation of that business knowledge to a level where you can launch forward to get to the next stage. I'm going to pause and see, did anyone write down some of these goals for your business? Where would you like to be in 3 years? And I'll come back to that. So one of the business owners that I want to share with you as we walk through the curriculum and the program is a gentleman by the name of Daniel. So I met him my first year as a program manager. He was about the 8th participant recruited for my very first cohort. And I walked into his office, a giant boardroom where he was sitting with his feet up on the table, relaxed, and he said, "Why should I take your program?" And I said, "Well, tell me about your business. Where do you want to be in 3 years?" He said, "I'd like to take my $3 million business and bring it up to $10 million in the next 3 years." And I asked him how he would do that. And his response to me was, "Well, then you tell me." So that's really what this program is all about building this 3-year growth plan for where you want your business to go. And every participant and graduate of the Streetwise MBA curriculum, the Scale to Excel program, will graduate with a completed growth plan in hand. And this growth plan is the GPS. It's the 3-year roadmap that will take participants where they want their business to grow, to the vision and dream that we just talked about. Imagine building this plan through the structure of an award-winning curriculum over 13 sessions with the support and shared expertise of 15 to 20 other established business owners who really know what you're going through, and the coaching and mentorship of a brilliant instructor, the guidance and resource connection of guest experts who are CEOs, procurement managers, vice presidents of banking, and many other folks that you'll meet throughout the program. Now, there are a lot of program components that I want to talk about throughout the 7-month curriculum. So guest experts are a huge part of this program, and they'll open a lot of doors and opportunities. There are 7 sessions where we bring in folks who are experts in their field, who are local stakeholders and interested in sharing their knowledge and resources with folks in the room. Throughout the financial module, you'll have the opportunity to meet with bookkeepers and CPAs and CFOs who are there to help walk through the information of the financial module, the financial management session, while also making additional connections and providing support for you as well. We have CEO mentoring groups. Both Bernard and Holden talked about one of the biggest components of this program is that you're not walking through it alone. You're not accessing it by yourself and listening to someone else lecture you, but you're actually there to learn from other business owners who have sat where you sat, who have gone through the challenges that you've faced, and who have come out from the other side of it. And these CEO mentoring groups will meet outside of the class on 7 different occasions. These are the folks who will become your de facto board of advisors and support, your cheerleaders. They'll celebrate your wins. They'll challenge you to hold on to your dreams and to move forward through your business. The live cases that Bernard talked about, he's right. We don't talk about Apple or Google or Coca-Cola. We talk about your business. And so on 8 different occasions, participants in this class will bring forward their business, their particular challenge or opportunity, and present it to the class for feedback and for advice. Those guest experts I mentioned earlier, they will be there in the panel as well to discuss what additional supports that they can provide to answer those questions. What do they see in your live case, and how can they help you build and grow your business forward? And then finally, the session prep. So no one likes to hear the word homework, but that's not what this is. When I say session prep, it's business prep. It's business growth prep. You have the opportunity to sit down and work with your business, walking through different worksheets and reading different articles to really get to know you yourself as a leader, but also the business. What are the challenges that you have faced? What are the challenges that you will face? What opportunities currently exist? And how can you take that knowledge from those different facets of business, bring it into the classroom environment, and share with your peers and walk through those particular challenges? Now you'll notice that I've gone from the bottom to the top. So we started with the growth plan as the opportunity and the output of the program. We talked about the different program components. And now I want to talk a little bit about the curriculum modules. So what specifically are we going over in this classroom, and what knowledge can you plan to take away from it? In Module 1, Business and Strategic Assessment and Setting the Stage for Growth, we start with the business owner themselves. Why did you start the business? Who are you as a leader? And in the first module, you'll learn, how to distill the dreams that you've written in the chat box and that you're thinking about right now. How do you build that and create a big vision that the growth plan is designed to actualize? Now, Daniel, who I talked about earlier, this gentleman, he and I were the same age, and he started his business at 18 years old. So he had a 12-year-old company that was $3 million and over 20 employees, and he wanted to grow his business from $3 million to $10 million. What he learned in this first module was, since he had been building this business on his own, he discovered that he had a hard time delegating tasks to his team. And his aha, or his takeaway from this module, was that if you're going to scale and grow your business, you have to hire and train talent and strive to work on the business and not just in it. There's only so much inventory and so many vehicles that exist and so many drivers, but if he was there driving the bus, he wasn't going to stay in the boardroom and work on the strategy of the business itself. Now, Module 2 is probably one of the most impactful modules of the entire curriculum because we dive into financial management. Each business owner will learn about the key financial statements, how they relate to one another. This module prepares participants to understand the financial health of their business and make effective decisions. Each of these 3 sessions in Module 2, we invite those guest experts into the room, CFOs and CPAs into the classroom to work with business owners one-on-one and in small groups so they can hear meaningful advice and expertise from the folks who are doing it best, oftentimes creating really integral connections for each participant. And Daniel, he was chasing each and every contract that came across his desk or he heard from anybody at any networking event. He was doing limo service and black car service. He was renting corporate buses to folks. But when we learned about the break-even analysis point during the financial module, he learned that he was losing money on the taxi and limo service because there is that capacity limit. But by investing in corporate buses and vans and buying additional inventory, he only needed half the number of contracts and half the inventory. So imagine what a shift it would be to go from trying to get every single contract and go for every single limo service or taxi service to narrowing that focus down on what was going to bring in money and add to that profit line. He immediately increased the profit margin and expanded his capacity and earned more revenue. Now moving on to Module 3 in the marketing and sales module, where we're building profitable sales, we've learned about the break-even analysis earlier. So if Daniel learned that corporate contracts were where the money was at for him, he now knows exactly what his ideal customer profile is. He knows who he's going after. He knows the type of corporation, the size, the location, starts to meet those individuals who are making the decisions and can rearrange his social media marketing plan and strategy, hire the right folks to get in there to increase those number of contracts that are coming through the door, closing that sales funnel pipeline, and really taking the trajectory of his business growth forward. And now in Module 4, it's called Resources and Getting What You Need to Grow. So we spent the first 3 modules learning about, what is the strategy and the goal for the business itself? What is the money that I have in the bank and how do I make decisions based on those numbers? Now I know who I need to market towards to get more of that profit in, and now I know what resources I need to grow forward. So Module 4, we talk about human resources. Who are the folks that are currently on your team? Are they in the right spot? Do they have the right talent? How can you train and grow them into the positions you need them to be to grow your business forward? We talk about accessing capital. This is another opportunity to bring in some guest experts into the classroom. These are the VPs of the banks. They're venture capitalists, folks from non-traditional loan fund organizations, so that you have every opportunity and every piece of knowledge in front of you on how to make the right decision for what capital you need for your business in order to grow forward. And the 12th session is around procurement. So I bet a lot of folks who are in this room are interested in the opportunity for gaining additional contracts to grow your business. So we bring in those folks who are the decision makers for the business. In Module 4, we had a business owner who owned a restaurant and wanted to look into opening her second location. She had been trying for over a year to get in touch with the folks who were opening a new casino. I had the opportunity as a program manager to bring in the head of procurement for the Massachusetts Gaming Commission, who sat there and listened to her live case presentation and invited her to bid on the contract. And she had that opportunity to move into that casino. So really what this program provides is not only the knowledge and the network of folks and the resources that you need to grow, but also those one-to-one connections with people who can make the decisions will help grow your business forward. And then finally, after Module 4, Module 5 is putting it all together. So you have spent 7 months working with your peers, working with your instructor, working with guest experts to build this 3-year growth plan, that GPS I talked about at the beginning, to grow your business. Now you have the opportunity to present that in front of a panel of experts. These are folks who are looking for, to praise the sound logic in your business, but also to maybe to poke 1 or 2 last holes in the opportunities that you've created, so you can walk away with this 3-year growth plan and move forward in implementing that and going forward. So I wanted to talk just 1 second about, who is this program for? Maybe you'll hear I won't say your name specifically, but maybe you'll hear your name in the description. This program is for the business owner who finds themselves, stuck, but willing to put in the energy and time to move their business forward towards growth. The program is really for the business owners who are growing and scaling quickly, but want to be sure that the foundation of the business is strong enough to bear the weight of that projected growth. This program is for the business owner who, for maybe the last 7 years, has built a business around that skill or talent and is now ready to marry that passion with business strategy and the knowledge needed to scale the business. The program is for the business owner who has begun to think about transition planning. This could mean transferring the business over to an employee ownership or to the next generation, or even preparing the business to be sold. The program is for the business owner who's interested in procurement as a pathway to growth, but needs to strengthen their operations and business strategic planning in order to successfully bid and complete on those contracts. This program is for the business owner who wants to move from isolation and loneliness into a collaborative learning environment, into a thriving network, to access those resources they never even knew existed. And the program is best suited towards the business owner who has the time and staff available to invest in their learning and growth of the business, and are willing to give and receive feedback and contribute to a whole community of entrepreneurs. So this program is really special, and I know the business owners in this room who are excited and ready for the program are going to be the right fit for what this program has to offer. So I think I'm passing it back to Holden to chat about the next slide in the program.
Thank you, Lindsay, for that breakdown. And so on this page, one thing that we want to say is that Enterprise impact really does matter to us, which is why we dedicate and really focus a lot on research and evaluation and that's really the core of our organization. Personally, for me, that's one of the things that attracted me to Enterprise. And so throughout the program, we plan on really just surveying you to make sure that so right when you start the program, we will be doing like a business assessment just to see where you are starting out in the beginning of the program. And then throughout the program and throughout every session, we always trying to get feedback to really just work with the Greensboro team to make sure that if there's any adjustment that we need to do with the lesson, or even everything that's being delivered, we can do that to ensure that you receive the best experience in the program. And even throughout the program, there's 2 points where we are meeting with them just to really brainstorm, okay, like this is working well, how do we even make this better? Because our heart is to make sure that you receive the highest level of education, highest level of business tools that you need to really just take your business to the next level. And as Lindsay mentioned, that one of the things that you would leave this program with is a 3-year growth plan. And so one thing that we want to do with this 3-year growth plan is really just survey you for the 3 years after you graduate for the program, to ensure that even after graduation, to see, okay, how is your business performing? And if your business is if something is not, if you need extra support in some areas, we can work with Greensboro team to see, okay, how can we work on an alumni program that can support you? Like I said, once you are in the family, and we're not going to leave you. We want to make sure that you get the support you need. And that's really our work at Enterprise. We in the background, the Greensboro team, they have so much passion, they have so much resources. And so we just here to amplify everything that they do. And yes, the data. And so on this page, what you see is some of the national data that we received from the recent 2 years ago, 2019 annual assessment that we had. And so you could see how some of the business owners performed. And one thing that I want to highlight is that one thing we've seen is that the minority business owners who have taken this program, they sometimes do better than some of the other business owners in our network. And so we really know that this curriculum really worked and support them. But even behind the numbers, what we care a lot about is the personal stories. And so earlier today we wrapped up a program with another partner, and one thing that blessed me is just to hear that one of the participants in that program, even throughout the pandemic, they were able to still grow their business by 10%. And that partner did everything they can to really just support the program, and it just shows that even in a pandemic, this program is there to really just help you to build to be to create, make your business more resilient, and also provide the capacity to withstand anything that may come, because we never know what may come, and we want to make sure that no matter what happens, good or bad, that your business is ready for it. And this is why we say that we want you to be able to work on your business, not just in your business. And so one other story that I want to share before I pass it on to Bernard is one business owner from one of our veteran program. They also graduated from the program a little before COVID started. But during COVID, they really tapped into both their partner network, but also the Enterprise network. And that allowed them to really just pivot their business. At first, the business was struggling, but because during this pandemic, as they took advantage of all these resources, they were able to grow and really blossom. So this is the quote that they shared, is that this program literally saved my business. The veteran program propelled me through many of my own personal and perceived barriers that hindered my progress. I have confidence in me as a business owner because I now have the right information, the right resources, and the right mindset and peace of mind. And so we really, this program is really here to really just provide you with everything that you may need to really guide you, or so that you can really take your business to the next level. And so, I hope that as we continuing through this presentation, that you are thinking about why you started your business, and even thinking about those goals that you have. And really just trying to find ways, okay, how can I really get there? But I'm going to pass it on to Bernard just to continue to talk more about this program for you guys.
Right, thank you all. So let's talk about some of these stats here, right? Like, this is what it's about. It's all about, the why, like what's in it for me, or with them, right? What's in it for me? And so when I look at these numbers, I want to pause on them and just kind of share. First of all, as was talked about earlier on, this program is designed intentionally for business owners like yourselves that are minorities. And so we are excited because on a deeper level, 40% of our alumni businesses actually operate in low to moderate income communities. So that's important to us as a part of kind of who and how we serve. This is just looking at the data from last year. So those would be business owners that graduated our program in 2016, 17, 18. And the total value of contracts secured just over that time frame for last year was almost $400 million. So as I talked about earlier, is one of those C's, as they graduate of this program and also taking this program in Greensboro, I know that one of their things that they are going to emphasize is connections beyond the program. So they're going to bring in those subject matter experts. They're going to talk to you about different ways to elevate your positioning so you be able to go after a particular contract. And that number is important. It's something we evaluate year to year. A 77% revenue growth rate for minority-owned businesses. I'm going to say that again. A 77% revenue growth rate for minority-owned businesses. That's you. So this program will work for any businesses, but it's obvious that minority-owned firms that are in this program, they exceed at a pretty impressive rate. 78% of the businesses, no matter who you are reporting being profitable, and 97% of the business owners across all of our different programs will recommend the program. And so what's unique about this is that now on an annual basis, we're probably seeing over 1,000 businesses or close to it that are taking this program nationally. So these numbers are, encompassing that entire really diverse population of networks and business owners like yourselves. So we're excited about being able to see the growth year to year. Holden and Lindsay and I, we were on a call before with a partner out in Kansas City. They did their program during the pandemic, start to finish. And I can tell you all that We're already seeing business owners see revenue increases. We're already seeing business owners make really drastic and productive changes as relates to strategy, as relates to marketing, just building a lot of really key connections, taking advantage of all the different subject matter experts that were part of the program. Mind you, they just finished about a month ago. So the program is unique in that you will make a lot of differences to your business. And I say some of them are going to happen in real time. Some of them are going to happen over time. Really, what it's all about is your ability to really step away and take the time to work on and not just in the business. And it really pays itself forward for you and for the people that you employ, because your entire thought process as it relates to you and your business will change during the course of this program. So, we're really excited about being able to share this information about this program. We are also excited because the Chamber in Greensboro and Scale to Excel is such a great program. And it's a program that I think is going to have a lot of really huge dividends in your market, because the team is just amazing. Like, these people are so committed to seeing you all grow. So, we're excited to get started, and we're also very enthusiastic about all of you as well. So I will now turn it back over to Nikita. Thank you. Oh, my apologies. Forgot about my man here, Scott Baker. And I shouldn't. So one of the key takeaways from the program I talked about was contracting. And Scott, he actually has a courier service in and around Boston, and now he's expanding all the way down to Connecticut. So when he finished the program, he was able to leverage his opportunities with Masco, which is basically the whole Longwood medical area in the Brookline portion of Massachusetts. It's all the major hospitals. Northeastern University, Harvard Vanguard, and then TJX, which is basically TJ Maxx. So he had these anchor and corporate contracts, and he was able to actually increase his labor force up to 35 new employees. So it's a really phenomenal story on how he was able to finish the program and really, kind of scale after that. So thank you. More. It's already you. Okay, so this slide right here, I'm trying to hurry up because I want to get back over to Greensboro, but I will definitely speak about these things too quickly. One of the things that you all are probably asking, and Holden touched on it, is like, why would I stop what I'm doing during the pandemic and take about 8 hours a month and work on my business? Well, we've been around for some time, and in 2008 and 2009, during the Great Recession, enterprise businesses retained and created jobs at an outstanding 21% growth rate, while the private sector experienced, as you all know, overwhelming job losses. Unfortunately, we already have seen some of the data that's going to present itself over the next few months that is showing, unfortunately, there's going to be probably even more business owners that are going to close, as well as obviously create even more layoffs. But during our program, what we've recognized is that if you have a 3-year growth plan or a strategy, you're able to implement some of these things in real time and over time. And most importantly, these are the key fundamentals that you are going to learn. Confidence. I can't tell you how many times I've come to an earlier session, I've seen a business owner speak, and they could barely say their name. And at the end of the program, that business owner is giving the remarks at the graduation. The confidence that you are going to get both as a leader and personally, I can't even speak to it because it definitely draws a charge in me. So I'll let you experience that on your own. The use of financial data and analysis to be able to understand what you're looking at numerically speaking is hugely valuable. You really have to understand how to make decisions based on being informed and not based on whims, right? So we want to make sure we remove that barrier as well. The confidence in retaining existing customers. Data shows that business owners like yourselves, if you all lose between 5 to 10% of your existing customers is going to have grave consequences on cash flow. We don't want that to happen to you. We want you to understand your competitive advantage and disadvantages to be able to retain your existing customers. Knowing when and how to make an effective case for additional funding. I talked about capital. Getting money when you're not ready to get money can become a problem. Not being able to get money when you need money can become a problem. So we want you all to be able to understand and also be able to make an effective case to go after additional funding. The human capital piece for us is very important. We understand, as Holden mentioned, the majority of you are business owners out of love or out of necessity. Either way, the human capital issues, they are real. And you need to be able to identify talent, retain talent, onboard talent, offboard talent. We're going to go through all of this in great detail. Talked about the contractual pieces, both from a anchor, corporate, but we really focus on the government contracting piece. There's a lot of really nuanced approaches to going after government contracts. They have a lot of programs that are catered towards minority businesses. Why not take advantage of them? And then the sales strategy and marketing piece is important as well. So really having informed selling strategy, being able to market yourself and your business effectively. We're going to work on your elevator pitch, which may be uncomfortable for some at first, but will be very comfortable for all at the end. So we want you to be a much more informed, thoughtful decision maker and leader of yourself and of your business. Those are some of the key takeaways you will experience as a participant and as an alumni of this program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bernard, Holden, and Lindsay. I hope that everyone has a really good concept of what this program is, what the curriculum is, and most importantly, what you will take away. Because like Bernard said, certainly that's why you're here. It's what is this going to do to benefit me and my business? So I just want to chat with you for a bit about our eligibility for this particular program. As has been mentioned, we're really targeting stage 2 owners, entrepreneurs. Specifically with our program, we want to provide support to ethnic minority owned businesses. And as a stage 2 entrepreneur, you've been in business for a while. We'd like to work with people who've been in business for at least 3 years, and you had an opportunity to achieve some growth and grow your revenue. We would ideally like for someone to be around 250,000, but we want to make sure that we are really capturing as many stage 2 entrepreneurs that are really positioned for growth. So we are actually looking for people in a new range of 175,000 to 250,000 to start. Your revenue can be over that and as much as 10 million, but we'd like to receive applications for people whose revenue is around 175 to 250. Because you will definitely be in this program and need to be committed to it. We'd like for you to have at least one other full-time employee besides yourself, the owner, as well. Most importantly, this program is for people who are willing and able to attend class for the 7 months, who are able to be there for all 13 sessions, who are able to do all of the mandatory assignments and ultimately create that growth plan. It's peer mentoring is such an important part of this model as well. If you're not there, you can't be there to provide support and mentoring to the other participants in the class. So these are the highlights of our program eligibility as well. If you're looking for the next step, one, you've come to the information session, which is great, and we appreciate you being here. The next step would be to complete the program application. So we are receiving applications through January 8th. Hopefully, we know holidays can be pretty busy this time of year, but hopefully that means you also have some downtime and you're taking that time to invest in your goal for your business. So we're receiving those applications until January 8th. and we'd like to have interviews done by January 11th. We'll do those on a rolling basis, but we'd like to have those done by January 11th and make selection by January 20th. And we will be very excited to start with our session 0 on January 28th. So you've heard a lot about Scale to Excel. You've heard a lot about what this curriculum that we will be using, what it has done for owners across the country. You know that it is impactful. You've heard that. I know that you have goals for your business as well. And hopefully you see in this program and in the curriculum that you'll be able to not just walk away with this, with the GPS, as Lindsay mentioned, that will guide you at the completion of the program, but throughout, this program is really designed so that you can get tools after every session that you'll actually walk away with something, which is unique. That is not always the case. So I hope that you can see in this how you can grow your business and how you and your business can benefit. So if you like to apply, you can do it right now. You can do it today. And here's our webpage where you can go and complete the application. Also on that webpage, though, we have lots of other resources and information. So if you miss any part of, for example, the curriculum overview, we have a video on our webpage that has that information. If you'd like to see that in print and really go over the details of the curriculum, we have a written overview of that curriculum as well on our webpage. If after this session you want to chat a little bit more with me, I will be happy to talk to you about it. I forgot to mention this at the beginning. I was so excited to get into the session that I'm actually the program manager for Scale to Excel. In my capacity here at the Chamber, I wear a few hats, and I'm the Vice President for Leadership, Diversity, and Inclusion. But as it relates to Scale to Excel, I'm the program manager, and I'd be really happy to talk with you. We can schedule some time to talk one-on-one. Feel free to pick up the phone, or call, or email me as well. So you see my information here. And I hope, I want to just check really quickly. I believe we'd like to also introduce you, if she's able to make it, we'd like to introduce you to our instructor. Just checking really quickly to see if she made it. Okay. It doesn't look like she's able to get here yet, but I will, you get some a preview on some information. We haven't announced fully to the public yet, but the instructor for the Scale to Excel program is going to be a vital part, obviously, of the success. We have a great curriculum, but we need an excellent instructor to guide us through it as well. So our instructor for this program will be Dr. Chanelle James. She is a professor at University of North Carolina at Greensboro. She has a lot of experience working with entrepreneurs and coaching entrepreneurs. She has a lot of theoretical knowledge as well as practical knowledge. She has a wonderful personality as well, and she's used to guiding people through transition and change and learning. So what I'll do is send you all a follow-up email with a biographical sketch so that you can start to get to know Chanelle James as well. But I think you'll be very excited just as much as we are to meet her and to work with her as well. So we have just a couple of minutes. I believe we have time for some questions. And while you're thinking of your questions, I do want to do one more thing really quickly. I'd like to just introduce you really quickly to two of my coworkers. Bernard mentioned that we really have a team here working on Scale to Excel. So I'd like to introduce you to two of my coworkers. We are partnering with, one of my coworkers is our EVP of Entrepreneurship for the Chamber, and she runs CoLab and the Launch Greensboro program. And so we've partnered with Launch Greensboro on Scale to Excel as well. They work with, at Launch Greensboro, they work with a lot of stage 1 entrepreneurs. And so that is Luann Flanders Steck. She is waving. And also my coworker Tracy. She is not on camera right now, but Tracy, maybe you can at least say hello. Tracy is the Executive Vice President of Member Engagement here at the Chamber of Commerce as well. So our Accelerate Greensboro program, it falls under Tracy's purview as well. So Tracy has been really passionate about, there she is. Tracy has been really passionate about the program, and she kind of started this ball rolling with Enterprise. So just wanted to make sure that you got to meet them as well. So
Nikita,
yeah,
one question in the chat.
okay. Give me just a second.
It's about the dates and times. Days and times.
Okay. So we are meeting, the program will be meeting on Wednesdays from 4 to 7. And we will start the program online for obvious reasons until it is safe to gather, or assuming that it will be safe to gather, but we will begin the program meeting online. Other questions?
Nikita, while folks are thinking of their questions, I forgot, I set this whole story up about Daniel who had gone through the class, and I forgot to tell him what happened to Daniel at the very end. So just as a refresher, so he took the program in 2016. His business was at $3 million, and he'd been in business for 12 years with 20 employees. And his goal in 3 years was to move his business up to $10 million. And in fact, his business now, 4 years later, is at $52 million. He has over 200 employees employed in my local hometown of East Boston. And he's just growing like crazy. So I forgot to tell you the good news of what happened. So he had a big dream, and everyone said, wow, 3 to 10 million, how are you going to do that? He said, how about 50?
Yeah. Thank you, Lindsay. Left everybody on a cliffhanger. Any other questions before we wrap? All right. Well, seeing none, I just want to thank you so much, all of you, for taking this time to be here and learn about Scale to Excel. I know that this even in and of itself is a sacrifice for you to be here. So we really appreciate you being here. I hope you're as excited as we are. I'd love to continue the conversation. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you about it. And I hope everyone has a great afternoon. Thank you so much to Enterprise as well.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Take care, everyone.
Sure. Y'all have a great evening.